You're watching Spirit Spotlight.
Hey everybody, this is Austin Sumwitz from WNEM TV5 Sports, and welcome to the Spirit Spotlight, where we zone in on everything Saginaw Spirit hockey. I am joined right now by play-by-play commentator and director of communications Dylan Clark. What a weekend. Talk about a response from last Sunday. 3 straight games, 3 straight wins, 6 points out of the weekend, a huge bounce-back spot for the Spirit. I mean, just like being able to call that action, just like talk to me about how big this has been for the team.
Well, you know, I was glad to have a couple days off, or at least one day off after that Sunday game. I was glad it was the last game of the 3-3 because I used all the vocal cords I had on that come from behind win. You go into a weekend like that and you're hoping for 4 or 5 points out of the 6, realistically, because Owen Sound's a good team. They were second place in the Western Conference. Windsor's the best team in the West and in the league right now. So you know it's going to be kind of a tall order. Schedule stacked against you maybe a little bit. 3-3s are always tough, especially when you finish them on the road. But you know what? They put together a really strong effort against an Erie team I know they were looking to get some revenge against after the playoff series last year. They looked really strong against Owen Sound. Not always a perfect game, but I think that might have been their most complete effort of the year. You get Jacob Kluche's first OHL hat trick. It's good to see him come on here in the last couple of weeks after battling through some injuries. And then you find a little bit of magic in Windsor, to be completely honest with you. It looked like the size and the scoring of the Spitfires might have been a little bit too much, but Dima Zhilkin just kind of grabs the team and drags him into the fight, like Chris Lazary likes to say. So first career hat trick for him, and then, you know, who else is going to be the hero in the shootout? When you got a night like that, you see 71 up for the shootout. You know, I almost had a little check mark next to his name before the puck even hit the back of the net, but it was good to see him get to play hero there.
Is that about probably the best year two bump we're seeing right now for a guy like that, just on the stretch he's been on? Like, Dima has been playing lights out, it feels like, and we saw how well he was in his rookie season, but just like the growth that we've seen, like, can you speak on just what you've seen from him on the ice this year?
Yeah, he's a dominant player, and you know, the best part about it is he's a late 2008 birth year, so he's not eligible for the NHL draft this year. It'd be next year, and again, we can talk about the projections and where we think he's going to go when we get a little bit closer to it, but we get some extra Dima, and I think that's a good thing around here. And yeah, you know, his rookie season got cut a little bit short due to injury, but boy, what he was able to do in the second half of the season was impressive. He's almost at a 2-point per game pace right now, which, as we all know, is not easy to do. And he has that ability to take over shifts, and as we see more games, to take over complete games like he did on Sunday. You know, I think that was probably the best game we've seen out of Dima Zhilkin, and it's late October here of his second OHL season. So, you know, not to get greedy, not to get selfish, but okay, what else can he do for us, kid? Like, let's see.
Another guy that's been playing such good hockey right now is Nikita Klepov, and talk about just a nod that he got with the USA Prospects game too that he just got nominated to. I mean, real quickly, how big is that for a guy like that? I mean, he's already been playing really strong hockey as well this year, but like to get an early nod like that, how big is that just to give him a boost of energy and confidence in his game?
Yeah, no, the Spirit knew at the beginning of the year when they got Klepov in the import draft that he was going to be a really talented player. Really high projected NHL pick, and then Central Scouting puts out their ranking. He's a projected first rounder there, and then named to the CHL USA Prospects Challenge roster for Team US, or for Team CHL, I should say. So again, he's getting the accolades, he's getting the acknowledgments, and then he's backing it up on the ice with another multi-point game, another really strong weekend, and leading the team and up at the top of the OHL with 22 points.
And we're hearing the noise right now on the ice because of the fact, I mean, we've already got a home game coming up on Thursday, and of course it's Game 4 of the I-75 Divide Cup, so we're expecting another massive atmosphere on Thursday as the Spirit are looking to get their first win of the Divide Cup this year. I mean, just talk to me about like the excitement going into that game as Saginaw's really chasing that first win after 3 straight losses in the Cup.
Yeah, well, that was a pro move right there. To battle through a distraction like that, you kept right on going. That's why this is the best. Yeah, Flint on Thursday, and with the way things went in overtime a couple of weekends ago, this is a team that's probably looking forward to seeing the Flint Firebirds again. Still looking for their first win against Flint, like you mentioned, but with confidence now. They've beaten Owen Sound, they've beaten Windsor, they're kind of finding their stride, and let's face it, I don't think luck had been in Saginaw's favor the last couple of weekends. It might be starting to turn a little bit, so all it takes is one. I mean, we've seen in years past, Saginaw was in 10th place the Memorial Cup year. They get one win at home against what was at the time the Mississauga Steelheads, and it fuels a 10-game franchise history, 10 straight win run. So is that going to happen this time? I don't know. We're sitting at 3 right now, but they'd love to make it 4 against Flint.
And then 2 more home games will be happening on Saturday and Sunday for the Saginaw Spirit when they host Windsor, another quick matchup against the Spitfires, and then they have the Brantford Bulldogs on Sunday. Talk to me. We already know about the craziness of that shootout win over Windsor, but we got Brantford on Sunday. What do those 2 matchups provide for the Spirit for challenges?
Well, a lot of firepower on either side. I mean, we talked at length in the Windsor game about Liam Greentree, Ethan Belchez is supposed to be a really high NHL pick this year. Jack Nesbitt was another first-round NHLer to Philadelphia, so they could put the puck in the back of the net. They can push you around. They're big. They're forceful, and we saw that last weekend at the WFCU Center. So can they counter it for a second straight game? We'll see. And on the Brantford side of things, they haven't lost the game in regulation yet. They're the number 1 team in the OHL's Eastern Conference. They got a lot of firepower. Adam Banach, their import player, is the leading scorer right now. So, again, a lot of firepower. We're going to see probably a lot of goals. The Spirit goaltending has been challenged. I thought Caleb Papineau was fantastic and really a bounce-back performance for himself in Windsor on Sunday. And Stepan Shurigans, he's finding his mojo here. He looked outstanding, almost unbeatable on Friday and Saturday here in this building. I think Spirit fans are really taking a liking to him. And let's face it, he's far from home. He's playing in a different environment, and maybe took a little bit of time to really get that comfort level up. But we saw it in preseason. We saw it in camp. He's so talented. He's so athletic. He's 6'5", and he can use his frame. and now he's finding the confidence, and he's just looking comfortable making saves. Not complacent, but comfortable making these saves, and I think that's going to go such a long way, and they're going to need him coming up this weekend.
I'm glad you mentioned goaltending, because if we go back to Caleb Papineau and the spot that he's in, because, I mean, it's big shoes to fill and big pads to fill when you're replacing a guy like Andrew Oak, and just trying to make up for the production that he did for the Spirit. I mean, can you talk to me about, you mentioned the good weekend he had, and how big he's been able to just kind of grow and put up some good saves for the Spirit when they're really relying on him, especially in these high-scoring games?
Yeah. You know, Caleb Papineau, he made a couple of 10-bell stops, especially one in the shootout for Saginaw on Sunday. And again, with the situation that he's in, it's been step on Shurigan's net. You know, he made 9 straight starts before Papineau got the nod on Sunday in Windsor, and he was fantastic. And for Shurigan, it was Andrew Oak's goal crease here for a long time in Saginaw, and his name is pretty high up there on a lot of the franchise goaltending records. And again, for Shurigan, we saw him kind of hold Saginaw in here. A couple of shorthanded breakaway stops come to mind against Owen Sound last Saturday that, you know, maybe we're having a different conversation if he doesn't make those stops. But yeah, he's making the saves he needs to. He's controlling his rebounds, and he's making a couple of saves that he probably shouldn't be able to make as well. And I know that endears you to a fan base and a hockey team pretty quickly.
100%. So fans have a lot to be excited about with 3 straight home matchups, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. If fans are coming out to the Dow Event Center for any of those games, what can they expect in terms of what the team's putting on and what they can expect coming out to the Dow Event Center this weekend?
Yeah, Thursday, Halloween celebration, so dig up your best costumes and let's see what you got. I don't know. I'm not usually a dress-up guy. We'll see. We'll see if a costume makes it.
We're not going to see you in like a Pennywise mask or something?
I don't know. I feel like that might be tough calling the game with a mask on. We'll see. I'll see what I can come up with. And then Saturday, as they take on Windsor, it's education night with Northwood University. I know they're going to be in the Jolt Celebration Club with their tables and resources. I know they're real big into the esports program. They're excited to show that off. Over 30 national championships, a couple of World Championships. I learned that earlier today, so always exciting to have the Northwood folks here with us. And then Robotics Night on Sunday with Hemlock Semiconductor. They're going to have the robots buzzing around the Jolt Celebration Club as well, probably dropping the puck as well. So again, what those kids are able to do with the robotics, they make me feel a little bit on the less intelligent side. So I'm always excited to see them come into the building.
I know Coach Laz lastly gave the guys off today just to be able to get them prepared for Thursday night. Can you talk to me real quick, just like what you've seen out of him in terms of just the messaging to his guys? Because I feel like going back to just last Sunday, I don't want to harp on it too much, but it takes a lot for a coach to get your guys motivated after a loss like that. I mean, can you tell me like the pull he has for these guys, this franchise, and just the way he's able to really get the guys motivated when they're on the ice for practice or just in game for management situations?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's been behind the Spirit bench for a long time, so he's got a really good pulse on, you know, what gets guys going and what they need. He's in tune to the way his players are feeling and how to get the most out of them. So I think we saw that here over the weekend. It was a tough pill to swallow, and you know, you need a head coach for a group of 17, 18, 19-year-old kids to kind of help you digest that sometimes. And I don't know exactly what the conversation would have been in that dressing room, but whatever was said, it seemed to work. And I mean, we've seen him get the best out of his players here for quite a long time. We got it more over the weekend, and again, I think we'll see it again come up here a busy 3 and 4 week at the Dow Event Center.
That's right. So on Thursday night, the Saginaw Spirit host the Flint Firebirds. Then Saturday, Windsor coming back to town, and then Brantford on Sunday. So fans, if you want to come out to see any of those games, tickets are available at SaginawSpirit.com. Dylan, thank you so much for your time. We're excited to see what the Spirit do this weekend, so I appreciate you once again for your time.
Yeah, no, thanks, Austin. It's going to be a great week.
Yep, and I'm Austin Sumowitz with WNEM TV5 Sports. This has been the Spirit Spotlight. Go Spirit.